others the importance of self-defense and being prepared for life's dangers. Despite facing attempts to silence him on social media, has anybody experienced that? I know I can raise my hand, right? Raul's resolve has never been stronger. His commitment to sharing his story and defending our right to self-defense is unwavering. You do not want to miss a single word of our next guest, Raul Mendez.
Hello everyone. First of all, I just want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to be here. Something, I guess you could say, out of a movie happened to me July 3rd of 2022, when my family and I and friends were actually victims of a mass shooting here in Surprise. Some uninvited guests just came into the house and just started shooting at all of us. You know, unfortunately, 2 friends died. I got shot in the head and, hit the ground. My wife ran to me and just was telling me, to get up, but, what are the odds of surviving a headshot? Almost 0. So she did the next best thing and got up and just ran to the girls. I was there with my 2 daughters and my pregnant wife. So the shooter just continued, and he was on a mission to just try to kill everybody in that house. The shooter went and he actually tried to kill these 3 girls in a bedroom that were there protecting 2 children. These girls actually fought the gunman and were actually yelling my name. They were yelling my name because they knew that I carried a concealed firearm. But little did they know that, as they're yelling for my name, I was already on the ground, hit in the head. But it was at that moment when, something hit me. God wasn't ready to let me go out like that. So I just felt something got me up with a fountain of blood, dripping down my face, and just pulled out my concealed firearm, ran to that bedroom, and I just put, I put some shot center mass in that guy and just ended the threat right then and there. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm here today to speak of our God-given right of our Second Amendment. When this story came out, the news was all over it, because the press conference, the chief had mentioned that there was an altercation, shots were fired, and 3 dead. So the media went all over it. But then they found out that there was an actual good guy with the gun that stopped a threat. That's when the media dropped it. You heard it was just crickets on this story. It wasn't until months later, I collaborated and made a very impactful video, and that's when that video started going viral. As that video started going viral, people started sharing, and then eventually that story died again. I'm sure most of you have not heard my story, and it definitely is because the media does not want stories like mine of a good guy with a gun getting out there. They just portray, firearms as this negative, guns kill, ban guns. That's part of the agenda. So my story does not fit that agenda. The good guy with the gun does not fit their narrative. So that's why I have been silenced. Eventually, even social media has been silencing me. You look up my name and I don't pop up until you type up my whole name. And I have that little orange or red little thing on my social media that says that my content cannot be recommended, to non-followers. And that's just proof right there how impactful this story is and how they want to silence me. So, by God giving me the second opportunity to be here, I feel like I have a mission. I have a goal to just continue to tell my story and let people know that yes, I am that living proof that a good guy with a gun does save lives. Thank you. Thank you. So, what did I do, after the fact, besides speaking up? I realized the importance of our Second Amendment, not from the beginning, but even more now because of what it did, how it saved lives. So I made it a mission to become a firearms instructor. I went to go purchase my 2 daughters their first firearm, took them to the gun store, had them look around, have a feel, and they picked out what they wanted, and now we go train. Because why? Because daddy's not always gonna be here to protect them. So it's up to every individual to protect themselves. When all of this happened, the cops did not show up until the aftermath, of course. I'm literally walking out, bloody face, holding on to my wife, and I probably had about a dozen AR-15s pointed at me. They didn't know what was going on. They just saw a guy with a gun. I'm literally still walking out, limping on my wife with a gun. So what does that tell you? That we cannot rely on the government. We cannot rely on law enforcement to protect us. It's up to us. It's up to us to protect ourselves and protect our own. There's so much evil out here. How can you say, so many wolves out there that won't think twice about doing harm to you. So it's up to us. It's up to us to face that evil, face that threat with equal force. And so I just want to say thank you for everybody for being here and just hearing my story. I will continue to tell it until the day that I die. And the only thing I hope that you guys get out of this is the importance of our Second Amendment, how we have to fight for it, and it's our God-given right. So we got to do something. We got to do something about it. Join groups, support groups like GOA, NRA. There's so many out there. Local groups that are doing a great job and fighting for our Second Amendment and our God-given rights. So that's all I'm going to leave you guys with today, and I appreciate your time, and thank you, everybody.
All right, guys.